What is up, Clashers? Turin56 from iKonik here, bringing you another base breakdown video. This is from War 103, and it's a base that I chose to attack with a Golavaloonion. So, as always with these videos, I will quickly go through the initial plan with you, show you where the traps were that I knew of, and then we'll go on and look at the replay. So this was the second attack on this base. I had the advantage of seeing my clanmate attack it first with a similar strategy. So all of the traps that I was worried about, I knew their locations. He was able to pop Teslas in these 4 spots for me. As far as the seeking air mines go, which are the other major threat to an air attack, got one over here somewhere. Not sure exactly where these 2 were, but somewhere in the area of those wizard towers. They were sprung when he attacked those. And I assumed the 4th would be somewhere over here because of the symmetric layout of this base, even though that was never triggered in the first attack. Not really worried about the air bombs, but I'm pretty sure it was something like this. I honestly just don't pay much attention to the air bombs. They're only effective if they take out a big group of minions, or a couple of them team up on a clump of balloons. So those were the traps that I had to worry about. Not too much of a problem for me. So the basic plan here was to push in on the east side with a kill squad just big enough to take out, I want these air defenses and of course the Archer Queen to go down. That'll let me launch the air portion of my attack. And the strategy for this that I've been liking these days is 2 golems, both heroes, a very small kill squad with just a handful of wizards, and then a lightning spell on the clan castle troops. Time is always a factor with these Golavaloon attacks, so I don't like to lure them and try to kill them outside. That can take 30 to 45 seconds. That's time that you need to clean up your base with the slow-moving loons. So I had a lightning spell for them. I knew that it would work because I had seen that there were no max wizards in there. It was just wizards and archers. I had a jump spell to get my golems into these 3 compartments after I broke in here. So I brought two golems. They come in here, my heroes, and just a couple of wizards, just enough to create funnel by taking out these buildings and then pushing in here. And I was able to get all of these defenses as well as the Archer Queen, with the exception of this Archer Tower. He's the only thing left standing in these 3 compartments here. So it was a nice push. At that point, I launch my Lava Hounds, stagger them a little bit, but I have 2 Lava Hounds that I bring in from this direction. I'm not worried about traps because I know where they are, but basically I want to attract the attention of these 2 Archer Towers here, because I'm going to drop 2 loons on each of those. Those loons are going to take care of this entire chamber. Don't need a spell for them. By the time the Lava Hounds get over here, I'm going to be ready for these guys with 3 loons there, 2 there, 4 here, and then at this point I know I'm good with just 2 each from each of these directions. I'll lose 1 each to these mines, but the remaining loon will take out those 3 right there, because there's no air defense up there anymore. These 4, I wanted 4 here to push deep in here. I'll lose 1 here, but that lone loon can take out the cannon, and then 3 to push in here, take out these defenses right here. So that was the general plan. Oh, and I should also say I had, let's do a fancy color here. These were rage spells. This was the main threat here, this west chamber, so I needed to take that out. I used both of my rage spells there. Jump here, lightning on the clan castle, 2 rages over here. So that was the plan for this attack, you guys. Let's go ahead and watch the replay, see how it worked out. Okay, so we're back. We'll check out this replay. So first stage is golems coming in, wall breakers right behind. I'm not worried about splash damage on the wall breakers. Don't need to worry about a funnel either for my BK since he's right there. I know he's going to aggro onto the queen. But I do want to get a funnel up for my archer queen. So just a couple wizards for that. I'm going to save the rest of them for cleanup. And I think I was probably a little bit late on both my jump spell and my lightning spell here. I think it would have gone a little bit smoother early on, and I probably could have grabbed the archer tower as well as those other defenses if I had gotten those both down a little earlier, but still worked out for me. So now that those air defenses are down and those nearby Teslas are down as well, I know I'm good to launch the air portion of my attack. First hound goes through, followed by a couple of those loons to take out the south chamber. And now that they've reached the west chamber, I can launch the loons over there as well. Definitely wanted to use both of my rage spells over there. That was the major threat to this attack, was the two remaining air defenses over there, so had to get those down. With the expos down and all of that, I mean, there's 8 defenses up top towards the north of that compartment up there that can't touch me anymore. So yeah, the only remaining threat to this attack is that archer tower over there, and of course time. Time being the big one, because I still have plenty of loons left. Generally speaking, if you can, you want your lava hounds to pop, because you need those pups for cleanup. It's usually a good thing if they do. Try not to over tank on the lava hounds, because they suck on cleanup if they don't pop. That's why I always prefer, if you do have a choice between, for this strategy anyways, a max golem and a max lava hound, I would take the max golem, because you want those hounds to pop for your cleanup. And I did have a couple minions left over as well. Another advantage of being able to see an earlier attack on this base, knowing where the traps were, knowing exactly how many loons I would need for each defensive building. You do not want to spam attack with this style. You don't just drop your loons down wherever. It is a very strategic pinpoint placement on the loons. Count them out, count them up. You should know exactly how many loons you're going to drop on every building for this. So there you go, guys. That was my Golavaloon attack from War 103. I hope you can learn a little something from this and hopefully apply it to war bases in your future attacks. Until next time, this is Turin56 saying, keep on clashing.